We're going to have a little chat today about the KGS-216M from Metabo, an incredible sliding bevel chop saw. It's my personal favourite, and I'm really pleased to be able to show you all of its features. Safety, number one. 4 holes, one in each leg for screwing down onto your workbench with screws or bolts, whatever you want to use. That's going to keep that really solidly in place when we go outside in a bit and do some sawing. The first thing that we're going to look at is the laser light and the light itself. And as you've just seen, the laser light goes right across the piece of work. The light itself makes the work a little bit brighter if your workshop or your site conditions are a little bit dull, especially if you're working on a first fix and nobody's put the electric in yet. And one special feature that you'll see a close-up of in just a second is the fact that the blade, the laser light, lines up alongside the cutting edge of the blade. The cheaper saws, the laser light is right in the middle of the blade, so your measurement is a millimetre out when you cut the timber. You're cutting off a millimetre of the line that you've measured to. So the laser light runs right along the side of the blade. All good chop saws do this, the Metabo especially. Next is the obligatory guard control. The blade can't be exposed accidentally. There's a trigger at the top of the handle. The trigger's just flicked sideways with your fingers and the guard is released as the blade comes down. So the blade can't operate without the guard being in place, and you cannot cut accidentally. The next feature is its astounding width of cut. This little piece of wood here is about 220 millimeters. This saw will cut up to 300 millimeters in width. That's a huge width for a saw this size. Easy access to the brushes, that's absolutely vital. The brush is the most important part of any machine. They transfer the power from the motors to the bits of the machine that need it. Easy access is vital. So we've got the timber out of the way. The next feature is the dust extraction system. Metabo have been renowned for A, their strength of motors, and B, their dust extraction system. This little hood underneath the blade collects all of the dust and takes it to the back, where you'll see the extractor tube ready for the hose. Really efficient, keeps the place very clean and tidy. Changing the blade, really easy. Tucked away in the back, there's the right size Allen key, obviously. Right at the front of the machine, where you can get at it very easily. Simply press the button, lock the blade in place, you can hear it lock, and then just unscrew to change your blade. Very easy, everything there where you need it. A really high, much higher than a lot of saws, fence profile at the back is obviously gauged as well for measuring your chopping. It's, as I said, it's a little bit higher than normal, and on the saw table itself, the extension plates, which are removable, give you plenty of room to get some longer timbers on. You can also extend the plate, the profile plate at the back, simply by undoing the control button at the back that you can see and sliding the sides in. The extensions is really easy, and my favorite little feature is a stop at the end of this one. So using a chop saw often involves chopping lots of small pieces of timber at the same length, noggins or whatever. This, with the stop, allows you to move that in and out, measure the length of your timber, and continually cut the same length piece of timber. The turntable itself, easy operation. Simply loosen the front, press the trigger, and we can move this 45 to 47 degrees either side. So that's for perfect mitering. It has got some regular stops, 15, 22.5, 30 and 45, where simply by moving it you can hear it click into place. That makes it easy to get the angle that you want. The angles that we cut at regularly, it will simply click into place on those angles, tighten it up, and you're ready to saw. several cuts, up to 45 degrees, solid, easily secured with the control lever at the back, lock into place just simply by moving that up, solid as a rock. The thing that frustrates me with a lot of power tools is the effort required to get the clamp to work to keep your workpiece safe. On this Metabo, it's a piece of cake. The leg at the bottom is adjustable. Simply wind that up or down using that control there, slot it into the recess at the back, turn it onto your workpiece, and then instead of having to screw all the way down, which is the frustrating part for us, press the button at the front, drop the clamp into position, and then tighten up. So we don't have to keep winding the thread up and down. The tighter you clamp it, obviously the better it's kept in place. Great little feature from Metabo. And yet another great feature is the groove stop. As you can see, if I press the blade down, obviously we're going to go right down and we're going to cut through that piece of timber, or if there were a piece of timber there. If, however, I just want to make some grooves in the top of that timber, maybe for a butt joint or a half lap joint or something like that, I have a little mechanism on the side here, and all I do is pull that lever out, set the depth stop here, and then that lever will stop me going all the way down. So I can cut a groove in a piece of timber, an exact depth all the way along through this really simple feature. If I want to take the saw anywhere, which of course I do, it's a sight saw, it's a portable saw, simply undo the slider, tighten it up again, push the head down and lock it into place with my locking button. I've then got two great cable ties, two great cable clips to keep my cable out of the way. And I'm ready to go with an incredibly strong lifting handle. This little Metabo, it really is a versatile saw. It's good enough to grace any tradesman's workshop and fantastic for the DIY and home improver. Click on any of the links during the video to get one. Enjoy the products of your work.